Good morning. Right, let's catch up. Yeah, time to catch up. It's been a couple of weeks. So I haven't made any effort to get dressed or anything for this. But that's where we are. I'm going to try to... I'm just literally holding the phone and catching up. I'll try not to... I don't know what's going on with... I don't know angle-wise how I'm meant to hold my phone these days for YouTube, what it freaking fancies, God knows what, who, God. So, because I keep chopping my head off. I don't know if I'm uploading it in the wrong strength or what. Anyway, it's kind of a talking head, which we're used to at the moment. So if I chop my head off, then maybe you're probably not watching anyway, probably just I'm in the background, so treat it like a podcast if I've got half a head. Yes, good morning. It's actually, it looks like it's going to be an absolutely lush day. I've just been out. Maud said, they've gone off to school today. Maud said, where's my school shoes? I was like, oh, could be in the garage. Because, so obviously I did my usual... for the viewings, we had an open day. I'll do a catch up on the house as well. I did my usual, everything's going in the garage that I can get rid of, including pots of shoes, and so I'll go and find them. So I went outside to the garage and it's beautiful out there. It was quite nice yesterday even. Anyway, it's lush. That helps all of our moods, which... well, we all need to keep an eye on, and I particularly need to keep an eye on mine right now because it is unstable, very unstable. So we, went on holiday. Let's get my tea. Oh, that's what I got yesterday. So, yes, so there was a bit of debate as to whether, so we booked a holiday to Mallorca with our friends, obviously before we decided to get divorced, Tom and I. So there was a bit of debate, as obviously we were having a few heated discussions before we went away as to whether I'd be able to go, really, because I didn't want to ruin everybody's holiday, and I also wanted the girls to have some nice time because it's been a bit crap around here for a while, and everybody needed a break. So I was debating whether I could even go. No, I thought we wrote some things down, like made a bit of an agreement on the future and what we were doing, and I can't even talk about that at the moment. But it was enough at the time that I thought, okay, I can be civilized. Like, let's go on holiday. And the great thing was we had a great holiday. So it was just a week, all inclusive, Mallorca, really good deal. Because obviously it's April, so the weather a couple of days was hit and miss, and then some nice days. But oh my God, it just literally pissed myself laughing when I was out there. That's just what I needed. So I didn't even really see much of Tom because, one of his favourite activities, I don't think he'll deny this, is sitting on the toilet on his phone. And if you wonder where he is when you're on holiday, like where's Wally, that's where he is. So and when we kind of went and got a spot by the pool, or they went off, or we went to the beach or whatever, I didn't have to we hardly spoke to each other, not like on purpose, but just didn't need to, so just having a laugh. Anyway, so just what we needed, all of us, and just had a complete laugh. It was really, really, honestly, I know that we met some really good timers at the hotel as well, and had a bit of a laugh there. Had some quite good activities. It was that kind of place. Like we were playing, like doing archery and that, and darts, but we did air rifle shooting, which I haven't done before, and actually in the end turns out was quite a good shot. I'm not saying it could be useful in the future, but we all watched Killing Eve, and we all saw that pink dress. I could wear that pink dress. I could do it. I'm just saying. It's never close off your options, and I'm a bit of a shop now. So, what was I? Yeah, it was just a total laugh. It was very. Oh yeah, so I know that we were a bit of a rabble, because there was two of us families, and we're not quiet, which was fine for some people and probably not so fine for some other people. However, we just seem to get told off a lot for things. Just pretty much every day we seem to do something wrong. We didn't get thrown out of the hotel, fortunately. This sounds terrible. It wasn't that bad, but we seemed to, we just do, like, every day it just seemed to be something. Like, they went off. I didn't luckily go on this, like, special bike thing where most of them were on, one of those, like, I don't know, 4-6 person bikes or something, and then one was on a scooter, and then they're like cycling on the promenade, and they're not meant to be on the promenade, but they didn't realise because they didn't read the signs in Spanish or stuff like that. It's just something like that every single day. It's just, oh God, so somebody going, but in Spanish. Anyway, let's just move on from all that. It was a really good holiday. So, right, I've wrote down what I want to write. Oh yeah, just to, what have I put some like points of what I want to talk about. Yeah. So what I might do is, well, actually, I'll show you. I've got a clip of us having a little dance on the last night. The last song, actually, I went and put a request in, so it was literally us on the dance floor. I'll stick it in here. Hopefully it won't get taken down the video, because obviously it's a song. But if it does, then I'll have to re-upload, and this won't make any sense. Okay, so decluttering wise, obviously I've been away for a week, but got back, decluttered a couple of things. My brother popped round, and I had some, I don't have a picture of that, but he gave me some metal drawers, and I've given them back to him. And now he's settled in his flat after selling his house last year. Yeah. I've said actually, because I don't need them for the jewellery anymore. He's taken those back, so that's one like large kind of heavy furniture type item gone. The other thing that he'd given me as well is that lovely metal racking, and I don't need that, and I don't even know if I'll have room for it wherever we go. So, and I'm not using it because I'm doing mostly clothing at the moment. I thought, well, it's another big thing I can declutter. So put that on Olio and Facebook, on Facebook actually. Probably a bit trustworthy of me, but a guy popped round to look at it, said, yes, I can take that. I don't want to take it apart. I said, yeah, you probably don't, because my brother put it together, and he probably did it with some supersonic screwdriver, so it's probably going to be right faff to get apart. So he went off to get his vehicle that would be bigger. I said, look, I'm just going to leave this garage door slightly open at the bottom, just help yourself. And he said, oh, are you sure? I said, yes, just don't take the wine. Like, so I said, and shut it afterwards. So I just, oh God, I can't be thinking about stuff like that at the moment. So yeah, he just went in, helped himself, shut the garage door, and that's gone. I put in a picture of that. I think that's the only decluttering I've done of the house for, well, that's other than garage, for the house move, what else? Yes, I put pictures in of a picture of that. So, like a vague update on where we're getting, well, not really an update on where we're getting to with the divorce. That's not really, I can't really talk about that. But me personally, I think I can talk about how I'm feeling personally, can't I? So I'm just about to choke to death. Excuse me. Yeah, it's, I mean, I guess it depends on, obviously, it depends on how you are as a person and how the person that you're separating from, divorcing, is to deal with. But this process, and we're only at the start of it, has been way harder than I was expecting on my mental health, to be honest. Some nights where I've had, bombshells been dropped, and there was one night early on, and I thought, well, hopefully that's the worst night, and there won't be one as bad as that again. That was the night, I might have mentioned it, where it was awful because the girls saw it. It really upset Maud. I was, I don't know if you. I was crying so much, and snot was coming out of my nose that I just didn't even bother to move it away from my face anymore. I was just literally looked like a little snotty gargoyle. I think sometimes you just get to the stage where it doesn't even matter that there's snot on your face. What does that matter? Well, I can't even bother to move it off anymore. And there has been times as bad as that since, unfortunately. I'm quite practical, and I find it very frustrating when I can't move things practically on. So I get very frustrated, and without going into any details. So yesterday, you kind of don't realise what a toll it's having. And trying, you can try your hardest, like, not to lose it while the kids are in the house, because Connie can cope better, but it's hard for kids. Let's just say that, to hear like either parents disagreeing or parents upset. So I thought, right, best get out of the house. That's my, how do you phrase that? My soon-to-be divorced husband, is that correct? Tom, you know he is anyway. He's working from home, so best that I'm out. And anyway, I thought that would be good for me anyway. So I thought, right, I'll go sourcing. In fact, to be honest, I need to be sourcing. I need to be working. I need to be bringing some money in. That's a separate topic. So I walked to the bus stop, almost burst into tears on the way to the bus stop. Almost burst into tears the day before on the Amazon driver, but luckily got away in time, because if I'd have opened the door and found him in time, he would have had me in tears on him. Managed to keep that together. Yeah, walked to the bus stop yesterday, almost burst into tears before the bus got there. Did the bus journey, managed to keep it together, got off the bus, took a phone call. After the phone call, burst into tears in the street, and there was nowhere to hide. And I couldn't stop. Could not stop. I thought, people must be looking at me. I can't. I ended up just sort of turning to, like, near the bus stop. There was like a shelter thing, just turning to the shelter, like the side of it. I couldn't hide anywhere. There's nowhere to go. It was horrific. And I was thinking, right, just like, I've got water with me. Have some water, try and get yourself together. But yeah, so clearly mental health is very unstable. Also, I get very frustrated when I can't move things on. So I'm literally, so I've lost my temper. Things like, I'm either like a ball of anger or a ball of tears and snot. It's really, really, I tell you, it's hard. And there's months and months and months of this to come. I don't know how we're going to get through it. Don't know how. I do not know. Right. I'm composed. No one wants to see me bawling and snotting, so let's talk about something else. House. So viewings. We had the random Olio woman doing a viewing when she came to pick something up. Had 2 viewings before, went away for a week. Not really any feedback from those, just a couple of questions. One asked about the fence, one asked about the private road, and that was it. So the estate agents organised an open day for while we were away, and only had 2 people booked in for it. And the feedback was pretty depressing. So it's a 4-bedroom semi-detached house with a garage. You've seen it, I've shown you. So 2 lots of feedback. One was it's too small. Okay. I don't know what they want. I know people don't look at the, like eBay, people don't look at the measurements. They've got the what I do, but then I'm a practical person, is I compare, no one, you could sell it's 12 foot long and people don't know what that means. So you compare it to the house you're selling or something. Go, oh, so that's like our kitchen. Okay, that's what I do. But anyway, not everyone's like that. They just come around and go, it's too small. Okay. The other feedback was the entire house needs modernising. Oh, okay. The entire house needs modernising. I was a bit like, oh, all right. Wow. You should have come round when we bought it, because when we came round, Jesus H. I mean, it worked in our favour because not many people were interested in it. But, the windows were rotten. The day we moved in, we had a gas leak. There was an avocado bathroom suite upstairs, which was leaking into the kitchen, which caused a hole. You could actually wave from the bathroom to people in the kitchen. There was mould up the walls that was lifting the paper. They'd left curtains here that were full of moths. The fire was disconnected. We put in a wood-burning stove. I mean, you name it. It was all stuff that we could get people and get to do it. But garden was obviously overgrown, and I mean, it's a lot of work to do on that garden. Wow, that's gone to rack and ruin. I'm sorry, that's just right. That's me getting it off my chest. But I was like, it needs full modernisation. Wow. Okay. And then they followed it up with an offer of £75,000 below the asking. 75,000 because of all the work they would need to do to make it habitable. Yeah. So even the estate agent was like, I'm not expecting you to consider that. I said, it's not a serious offer, is it? I said, if I wanted to give it away, I'd give it to a friend for that. Why would I deal with some see you next Tuesdays? So when I was like, I'm sorry, do I know them? It's just, are they good friends? I'm just wondering why I'd want to give them £75,000. God. So that's the update on the house. So that hasn't really added anything to my mood. And no other bookings booked in. No one, nothing. It's so slow, the housing market. I'm shocked. And when we were looking for a 4-bed, this was the only house that we could afford at the time. So in this price range, because I was like, right, we want 4 bedrooms, we want drive. I had a list of stuff. And this was the only one that fitted our tick boxes that we could afford. The only one. It's because we lost it briefly, and then the people that were buying it pulled out, so we got it back, which it was great because we couldn't afford any of the 4-beds. They were all more expensive. And at the moment, there's a whole cluster of us. There must be 10 houses, 4-beds on at 650 or above. A few were added whilst we were on holiday, and they were all above our price. They were all, I think it was between like 50 and 300,000 more. Some of them were 4-bed, 1 bath, and we're 4-bed, 1 bath, but a separate toilet as well. And a couple of them had an extra bathroom. But yeah, so I'm not thinking we're overpriced. Obviously you always take an offer really, but not, it's about right. It's not 75,000 overpriced, for instance. So, but it is very slow at the moment. Yes, that's the update on the house. Right, what's that? Oh, reselling. So yeah, this month, time to pull my finger out. Obviously, I've had a week away, so I was only about £200 in profit for the month. Then I went sourcing yesterday, 200 and a bit, and so we're down to about 100 at the moment. So I need to. Obviously, no one can live on £100 a month, and that needs to be sorted out on a regular basis. So I've got to pull my finger out for that. So I will be listing that lot today. Yeah, Chris, Daily Refinement. I was just watching his latest video, and you just need the reason we all like, the people that take part in the community are the ones that need contact with other people, like colleagues, and it's ideas sharing, yes. Like, I've just found this and it sold really well. Oh, brilliant! I'm gonna keep an eye out for that sort of thing. But it's also motivation and keeping you going. And anyway, so that's the reason why watch YouTube videos. It's partly entertainment, isn't it? But God knows what you're getting from this. But I'm offloading, so thank you very much. Anyway, I was watching Chris, and he said that there is a price point at which someone will buy your item. Of course there is, you could lose money on it. So obviously it's got to be sensible, but there is a price point at which hopefully you can, if somebody has liked your item or is watching your item, sometimes I'm like, why aren't they freaking buying? And I've sent out, we know it's like on Vinted. Oh, I've sent out 28 offers. Why has no one bitten yet? Why has no one actually bought it? Because probably the price point isn't right for them. And I was really thinking about, and also I was saying sales were going quite well, and I think it was partly because I'm like, I've got to get rid of this stuff, and I'm sending out really decent offers, and it's getting sales, still with the profit margin. But so with that in mind, I was like, hang on, yeah, I've got a load of watchers here that I'm just like, well, I don't know what they want. We should do, Shelley. We all know they want some money off. Give them some money off, give them something decent. And so I only got one sale. It was just like a Gudrun cardie, but those cotton cardies, I don't think they wear very well. The Gudrun dresses, I think, are better than the cotton knits personally, unless it's like new. They seem to, I think there's a lot of, they wash fade very easily. I think it's a bit like linen. It looks a bit secondhand almost straight away. That's the way I can say it. Anyway, yeah, so I just sent a £5 off, and they bought it. I was like, yeah, bet I've been sending £2 off, £3 off. They wanted a £5 off. That's what they wanted. They were like, yeah, that's a great price, bang. So I need to bear that in mind this week. So I need to get some money flowing into the pot. So that, and I need to be stepping up my game. I've got to step up my game. Going to need some more income. I did debate, this isn't reselling related, but I did, well, heavily debated. I was thinking about going to see a house to rent because it's quite obviously, it's not the most relaxed atmosphere in the house. And so me and the girls were thinking about, I was thinking, and I said to the girls that there's this place we could rent in Caversham, what do you think? And they liked it, and it was like we could go there because it's not very pleasant in the house, and it's not good for anyone's mental health. I know mine's suffering, but also I can't, it's not fair for it to be affecting our kids' mental health, and living together is it's very tense. So I thought, right, this could be endless months for this house sells. We can't just, I don't know what will happen if we all stay in this house. So I looked at, well, can we find a 2-bedding locally that we could rent? And I looked and thought, right, okay, there's the most reasonable one I can find. So still debating going to look at that. But obviously I need some freaking money for it. You can't, it's going to be quite tough. So I need to step it up. Right, I think that'll do. I think that is the catch up. I think we'll rest it there. Thank you for listening if you've got me in the background. It's going to be a bit of a talking head situation at the moment. If you do want a haul or something, or like a bit of a sales update, then shout and I will put something little together. If you don't mind the talking head, you don't have to watch. I guess that's the other answer, isn't it? You could watch some professional reseller people that give you some nuggets. But yeah, there's a fair few of you. So if you actually would like some of that, do let me know. And enjoy this beautiful weather. I know it was all rain last week, and if you're reselling, I hope you get some sales in, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for joining me.